I'm the oldest of 7, so he was a chief deputy county engineer. And he said, there's no way that I'm gonna raise all these kids and be able to feed them as a chief deputy county engineer. So I better start a engineering consulting firm. And so there was a need, you know, for engineering solutions and those type of things. And I think he provided that need in you know, that community where he grew up. So it was Mosier and Associates in the beginning in the 60s, and then it was Mosier Folk. My dad's first partner was a gentleman named Tom Folk, and then it was Mosier and Siracusa. So we were Mosier and Siracusa engineers and Mosier and Associates architects for about 10 years, passing sub-agreements back and forth in these companies, and we said, we're tired of that, we'll just call it MS Consultants. He would say, Tom, get up. I was like in 7th grade, and he'd say, we're gonna go survey this truck stop. And so off we'd go, and we'd go survey this truck stop and basically provide and survey. And I was working for the US government, and my dad was a real class act, so he brought his chief engineer down to Cincinnati, and they took me to dinner, and we want you to come back to Youngstown. My dad made me treasurer in '77. I said, we're saving 1 month's payroll, okay, so we don't have to go to the bank. So, you know, I think the payroll at that time was like $150,000 or $200,000. So it was a great going. I think we haven't used our working capital loan in probably 25 years, even in the turndown. There's many challenges. I mean, some of the projects are very challenging. I mean, Les Wexner hired us to do all the roadway environmental clearance for the Easton project, for example. We're working on 70, 71, and all that jumble, what you see going on in downtown Columbus. Well, I think some of the values that he believed in were, you know, to treat people fairly. You know, in engineering and architecture, environmental things we do and everything we do, it's all about people. He and I used to argue about, oh, I know that. When you're younger, you know everything, right? You know nothing. But he would say, oh, I'd say, we ain't doing enough, and he says, Tom, you know, at that time, we might have had 200 people or so, and he said, Tom, you're providing a living for 200 people.